Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
Couple minutes on the score. Every time they wanna clash, the wind is kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the British Basketball League playoffs. We're at the semi-final stage. It's Daniel Routledge and Rob Paternostro with you for this opening game of the semi-finals. Rob, I know you'd rather be out there than in here with me, but these are the games that players and coaches live for.
Oh, no question about it. Everyone wants to be at the O2. You talk about it all season long, and these two teams are really close to getting there.
Let's see how they got here.
Skylar White is dangerous.
Big shot for three, Skylar White!
That's a hot. That's what you need here for playoff basketball. Rye's been unstoppable so far. Are you kidding me? Just said, guess what? I don't care who you are. I'll see you on the 19th of May at the O2 Arena. Well, we've just seen a lot of great basketball. Who will be the final semifinalists? The Rough Riders, they've come ready. Deep three. Oh my goodness! Are we going to a game three?
Wow, Sheffield Sharks.
They have qualified for the semi-finals of the playoffs, and the Sharks fans are in celebratory mood. So we are left with just 4 teams in the British Basketball League playoffs. London and Newcastle have made it through into one semi-final. In the other, it is Cheshire against Sheffield. Best of 3 for a spot at the O2 Arena on the 19th of May. And we are in Ellesmere Port, and the fans are out in good force. It is the Cheshire Phoenix against the Sheffield Sharks for a spot at the O2 Arena on the 19th of May. And Cheshire, having navigated their way through the trophy stages earlier, they know how to play when the lights are the brightest.
Yeah, undefeated so far. Undefeated in the trophy, undefeated in the playoffs. So they're a team that knows when to turn it on in the big games. They've been really tough to defend.
And as you found out, Sheffield, with this away support as well, have been playing excellent in the playoffs.
Great support from them, great atmosphere, and yeah, they're rolling. Had a really big win on Sunday, so they'll be fired up to go today.
Well, let's take a look at the starting fives for today's game, Roll.
Yeah, we go over to the Cheshire Phoenix, and the interesting thing for me about this starting 5 is Holden is in the starting lineup. This is his 15th start out of 42 games this season in for Jaguar. Holden is a guy who doesn't score a lot, but an excellent defensive player. And we go over to the Sheffield Sharks starting 5. No Bennett, Cook again. Del Pesh replaces him in the starting lineup. He didn't start a game all season until the playoffs, but Ratinho, Ramsey, Idlerock, and Green, great chemistry from those 4 all season.
Well, one guy we talk about almost every time we see the Cheshire Phoenix, Aaron Wright, was great in the last game.
Oh, he certainly was. He's been great all season, and I think when you are Sheffield all week, you're trying to figure out a way to stop him. Who do we put on him? How do we defend him? What can we do? He's so difficult in that low post, but he also could put it down on the floor and get to the rim as well. Pretty good shooter from 3 and a playmaker. So he does it all out there on the basketball court.
Very much a modern basketball player from his position. And one guy who's shooting the ball really well in the playoffs, Prentice Nixon.
Well, I know about that. And he's a guy at the end of the clock, end of the quarter. That pull-up jumper is deadly for him. He was so difficult to defend. You got to get up on him. You can't give many space. 9 points per game he's averaging for the season. Now he's doubled that in the playoffs. He'll be aggressive early and often today.
Well, Ben Thomas and his Cheshire Phoenix are trying to get to the O2, but the Tiber Lions and the Sharks in the way. We'll have tip-off right after this break. welcome back to Ellesmere Port. The fives are out, and we are set to go here in this first game of the British Basketball League playoff semi-final. 2 wins away from a date at the O2, but which of these two teams will get there? And it is a early injury by the looks at it, as Ramsey was going after the loose ball, ended up on the deck, and they can ill afford an injury to him.
Boy, that's a tough start for Ramsey. You're all fired up to play the game. Yeah, take a shot. Let's watch it again here. He goes up for it, and Rideau comes flying in and made contact with the eye or the face. Ramsey, a tough guy. Expect him to be okay. Just rattled him a little bit.
A little nod of the head to the official to say he's okay to carry on. And we can get back underway. Rideau. Well, it's towards Chargois. Well, it's Chargois in the starting lineup, so there's obviously a late change because we were told he was coming off the bench.
Yeah, and I think that's interesting when you see who's covering who out there. Del Pesh looks like he started on Chargois, and probably Green to White, which you'll see more switching probably from Sheffield with Green.
Ramsey. A little slip there from Idle Rock. He did well to catch the ball. Here's Retino up top for 3 off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Jack.
Sharks really shot the 3 well on Sunday.
Yeah, they made 12 at a very good clip, which is 5 more than they normally make this season.
They took 31 as well, which is a lot more than they normally take.
Well, here's Maceo Jack, who certainly takes a lot of threes and makes a lot of threes.
Well, last time against Sheffield, Jack went for 31 with 7 threes, and he picks up where he left off.
Ramsey finding some room in the key and tossing it in for Sheffield's first score.
Well, Cheshire icing, downing the ball screen, sending it to the sideline, and Ramsey saw too much space there and took advantage of it.
Rideau all the way to the basket, misses from close range. Retino looking for room on the baseline, out to Idle Rock, and he's too good a shooter to be that open.
Well, Idle Rock did a good job of moving. He saw Retino go baseline, he moved to that corner, wide open 3, and knocked it down.
Rye bringing the ball forward and setting up the play. Onto LaQuincy Rideau for 3.
No hesitation whatsoever. Obviously, that's something he's been working on. He'll tell you that when you play against him, and he knocks down the first one looking confident.
Well, early season, you would probably say give him the 3, but as the year has gone on, he's certainly improved his shooting percentage from behind the arc.
Yeah, and that's what a smart player does. He reacts to how the defense is playing him, and Rideau knows that they're going to give him that one sometimes. Here you see Rye, who can be a playmaker. We talked about it. Just a little pass to Rideau and never hesitated and knocks it down.
Ramsey for the Sharks. Trying to feed that one in. It's deflected away. Jack running it back. Rye, with the hesitation, lays it in.
Nice play from Jack. Put it right there for Rye, and the footwork for Rye. Oh, he's great. Waited there, took his time, and finished for 2.
Green out to Retino. Another good look for 3. Off the mark. White with the rebound.
This is where Rye's dangerous in that semi-transition making plays.
Back out to Jack. Short on the 3. Green pushing, trying to find room. Couldn't get round White.
Good no foul from White.
Well, you don't see that too often from White, putting it on the floor, going to the rim.
Nice little floater attempt there from Skyler. And he's used to that, though, people chasing him off that 3-point line. That's a shot he's going to be working on because he knows he has opportunities to get there if he wants.
Rye finding space in the key for the lay-in.
Yeah, good out-of-bounds play there. Rideau hits Rye for 2. Last time they played, Cheshire put 99 on the board against Sheffield. Good hot start from them so far.
Stolen away by Rideau. Here's Rye again in the open court. Good chase back from Ratinho to slap it away.
Well, that's what Rideau does. You know, the steals, led the league in steals and assists. And I thought there he comes up with the steal, swipe. There's mine. Ramsey wanted the foul, and that's a nice pass right there. Put it ahead for Rye, but Ratinho, who never gives up on a play, saves the deuce.
Well, the one thing you don't want to give Cheshire is some open court looks. And you don't want to give Skylar White a clean look at the three either.
Nice out of bounds play. Cheshire runs some nice out of bounds plays to get their guys good looks.
Green. Ball comes back to Ratinho, in and out. Sharkwell with the rebound.
Sheffield has some good opportunities so far.
Stolen away by Ramsey. Waving everybody forward, gives it to Green. Through the contact, but can't convert. He will go to the line for two.
Another good opportunity. You know, I feel like Sheffield's left some points up on the board here. Good steal from Ramsey. He does a great job of that, using the hands, and he finds Green here, and he look back at that one, he'll want to make that.
Well, you mentioned the last time they played. This is, they played 5 times in the regular season. Sheffield won the first game. It was way back in September. But since then, Cheshire have won the other 4 meetings.
And that last one at Sheffield. Sheffield had a big lead on them early, too. I think it was a 33-17 or so. But Cheshire kept chipping away at it and ended up with 99 on the board. As I said before, they have a 7-point win. And when you come into a game like this, you'll be looking a lot at that last game they played. You know, the one that's in the recent memory. I'm sure they've talked about what they did right, what they did wrong the last time out.
Skylar White sits down for Cheshire. Kristen inbounds the ball. Here's Rideau. Rideau out to Holden in the corner for 3. And, well, Sheffield pushing up floor ends up giving up an open 3.
Well, that's a great play from Rideau. And Holden, not really a guy that you're known for the 3, but knocks it down comfortably. Good job of spacing by getting to that corner, and Rideau found him.
Shooting 27% from the 3-point line this season. But if he's that open, here's Rye trying to force his way to the basket. Wanted a foul, didn't get one.
Good D from Ratinho, bodied him up pretty well.
Idle Rock gets his feet in the middle of the key and in off the glass.
Very rarely does Idle Rock get in the paint and not use an up fake. He's done it twice tonight already.
Shagwa trying to knock down the 3, made 5 in the last game. Idle Rock sees Delpesh underneath, good pass.
Great pass, and Delpesh did a good job of using his strength to hold off Rock.
Holden. Rideau, well, I don't think Rye was expecting that.
He was open, though. I can see why Rideau throw it, but he's got to be looking at you.
Ramsey directing traffic. He's going to let it fly, and he's going to string the 3. Sheffield in front.
Yeah, Ramsey's really good at that step-back shot.
Timeout called. Sheffield up 1. We'll take a break as well. We'll be right back after this. Well, DeVille Ramsey, they backed away from him. He made them pay, and Sheffield are in front as a result of that three.
Well, Ramsey not a huge three-point shooter, only making 0.9 per game, only taking around 3 per game. But he uses that step back at times to make it really difficult for the defense to guard him.
Rideau, guarded by Nixon. Out to Christian, off the mark for 3. Long rebound comes out to Rye. Christian driving hard to the glass. What a finish.
Yeah, tough finish with the left hand. Oh, took a spill there coming up the floor.
And Green able to run it all the way back down for Sheffield and lay it in.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You try to tell your players when you score, don't fall down. He fell down on the basket, and then he fell down coming up the floor. Sheffield took advantage of that.
Back to Rideau. Christian has it up top. He's going to fire up the 3. Ulf with the offensive rebound. Christian throws it in. It's one thing you've got to do against Cheshire, keep them off the offensive glass.
They do a great job of that. 12 a game, second in the league in offensive rebounding behind Bristol. And Christian certainly aggressive to start the game.
4 offensive rebounds already for the Cheshire Phoenix. Green trying to back down Rideau and gets that shot up. He thought he was fouled. Referee did not. Rideau with the transition 3 way off the mark, and there's a foul on the rebound against Holden.
We're back on the other end of the floor. Rideau giving up about 6 inches or so to Green inside, but he did a pretty good job. He's a strong guard, Rideau, and you could tell he really wanted that challenge to guard him.
Well, he seems to embrace the physicality of the game, doesn't he, at either end of the floor?
No question about it.
Nixon kicks out to the corner. Nichols off the mark for 3.
Cheshire with 4 guys coming off the bench already. With Rye on the court. He's the only starter.
Big head fake from Christian, driving in, and he gets the friendly bounce. Foul is called as well. Bonus free throw coming.
Well, somebody was ready to play tonight. Christian, he's come out fired up and ready to play and aggressive, and we've liked him all year. Christian, he uses the head fake and a little floater. Yes, sir.
Well, 6 points already for him off the bench.
Just a ton of energy from him every night. Really has embraced that role coming off the bench. Starter in college, player of the year in his conference. But you like to see that when a guy embraces the role coming off the bench. Christian uses every opportunity he can to make plays for that team.
Well, he only started a couple of games in the regular season, but still managed to average 11 points, 3.5 rebounds. 10 points off the bench, most of them are his. Nice pass. Del Pesce's blocked by Rye. Ulf comes up with it. Christian has it knocked away. Ball is ricocheted out of bounds, and that will go back to Sheffield.
Oh, good block on the other end from Aaron Rye. Del Pesce goes up, he says, give me that. And Ulf does a good job coming up with the ball, but Ratinho on the other end, who seems to always make those kind of plays, got back on defense and didn't allow Cheshire to score.
Nixon driving hard to the basket for 2.
Well, Cheshire's sending Sheffield away from the ball screen, and Nixon took advantage of it that time, cleared direct drive to the basket. See here, send him away from the ball screen. Now he wants to take on Ulf with a nice finish.
He had a little tap at the ball afterwards, so the referee has given Sheffield a delay of game warning. Holden into the key, tough shot, rebound from Ulf. Ulf underneath, that's what he does.
That's what he does, really underrated guy. He's really fit in well for them this year and been a big part of their success.
Pipkins overcooks the 3. Christian somehow keeps possession of the ball under pressure. Rye is fouled by Nixon, and that'll be a sideline ball.
Good recognition there to get it to Rye. He had that matchup, and Nixon just was forced to give away a foul. And that's what happens with Rye. If he gets, you know, a mismatch, he's very good at taking advantage of that. Very strong lower body.
Seems to get a lot of mismatches as well.
Yeah.
It's a tough guy to cover. Stevens for three off the mark. Rebound Delpesh.
Good box out from Delpesh.
Nixon in and out, back out to Pipkins. Pipkins floats one up and in.
Well, Holden left Pipkins to go help out. He left too far, and Pipkins took advantage of that.
Christian for three, rims out. Good work there from Delpesh to keep Olf on his back.
Fast-paced game so far, flying up and down the court.
Well, through the course of the season, you would say that would favor Cheshire, but the way Sheffield have evolved as the year gone on, they don't mind going up and down a little bit.
They're so deep as well. A lot of guards, and with Bennett Cook out of the game, much more ability to get up the floor.
And there's one man who can certainly get to the rim. Nixon laying it in for two, ties the scores.
They went for the steal, the reach around steal on Nixon. He's too crafty with the ball to do that.
Shot clock is off, so Cheshire looking to tick this down to the first quarter buzzer. Rye off the mark. Still time here, plenty of time.
Especially for Nixon.
Nixon gets it away. In and out. Well, we've seen him hit him on the quarter buzzers in these playoffs already, but the scores are level at 22 here at Ellesmere Port. We'll have the second quarter right after this break. Well, Ben Thomas and his Cheshire Phoenix led by 6 in the early stages of this one, but as we start the second quarter, the scores are level at 22.
9 for 23 in the first quarter for Cheshire for 39%. Not their usual shooting standards. Good defense from Sheffield.
23 and 19 shots the other way. The ball was going up, Rob, in that first quarter.
It was fast-paced. Both benches came in, pushed the pace. And there you see Rideau, what he does, jumping into the passing lane, going for those steals. Almost got that one.
Nixon Slap loose by Rideau, but Delpesh, and there he is again, Rideau with his hands in there.
Give me that, give me that, give me that. All over the court.
Offensive foul caught against Chargois.
Coach Thomas did not like that one. Nixon sold it pretty well. Here you see here, Rideau, watch the hands from Rideau with Nixon. He wants this challenge. Give me that. Give me that. And give me that.
He's relentless, it's fair to say. He's Nixon firing up the three. Stevens with the rebound. Right, back to Chargois. Stevens in the corner. He knocks down the triple.
Well, that's a nice pass from your big man, Shaq Robb. Put it down on the floor and hit him right in the chest for three. Underrated part of the game, the ability to put it down and make the right pass.
Pipkins. Drive and kick out to Nichols. He banks in the three.
Why not, Kipper? Find the glass and it goes down.
Scores level once again, 25 points apiece here. 90 seconds into the second quarter. Game one of the playoff semifinals, best of three series. Foul called against Delpesh.
And there you see, Chargois' versatility. We just talked about putting it down and making the pass, and now he goes into the post to get the strong Delpesh. You see, he moves him there. Good move.
Double substitution for Sheffield with Eichelrock and Green returning.
Interesting, Skylar White, only 3 minutes, 43 seconds so far. Picked up that one foul. He's been on the bench since.
0 for 3 from the floor as well. And the other interesting thing is he hasn't even taken a three. They've all been twos. And there's one that's definitely worth three.
Rideau hits it, but Chargois gets it in the post and makes the right pass right on time.
5 at 41% is very Cheshire. Traveling violation there against Green, just a little stumble.
Elf did a good job of almost pulling the chair on him there, getting out of the way to cause the travel. White back on the floor.
Rideau with the ball. Jack running off the White screen. Slapped away, good hands from R.J. Eichelrock. Nice pass. Green trying to squeeze it past Chargois. Chance for Cheshire to push again. Nice ball movement. Jack is the open man. His three doesn't go. Nixon pushing hard off the mark. Green gets his hands on it. Ramsey stolen away by Rideau, and he will lay it in for two.
Oh, Rideau's everywhere. Great job from him, not giving up on the play and getting up for the easy deuce.
Third steal of the game already for LaQuincy Rideau. Drop back to Green from close range.
Green's been aggressive, hasn't really got a lot to go so far, but it hasn't stopped him from being aggressive.
Well, Nichols is just hobbling off the court. The referee stopped the game because he'd obviously, I didn't quite see what he did, but the way he limped off court looked like it might be an ankle issue.
And that front court, obviously with no Bennett Cook, already a little bit thin.
Rideau to White, had to reach for it, steps back, didn't get all the way back, and Green got a piece of that. Green under pressure underneath, needs a little help. Ramsey is knocked away from him by Chargois.
But they had two options there. Either Ramsey go against the big or get the ball inside, and they elected to go that way, and it didn't work.
Chargois steps into the three, and that is the 6th of the game for the Cheshire Phoenix. And that's enough for Atiba Lions to call for timeout here. He wants to talk things over. And that is one thing that Chargois brings to this team. He's the big man, but on the trail, he loves to knock down a three.
Well, obviously, we have two of them with White that can do that as well, which makes them so difficult to guard, so awkward to guard at time, to have those two big guys that can really light it up. And Sheffield hurting themselves with the turnovers. Cheshire doing a good job of taking advantage of those turnovers.
Well, I'm sure Atiba Lions will be talking about the three-point shooting. Game 2, remember, back in Sheffield at the Cannon Medical Arena on Sunday, 4:35 tip-off for that one on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, preceded by Game 2 of London Lions against the Newcastle Eagles. Game 1 today is in Newcastle, and the Eagles have 29 points at the end of the first quarter and lead by 3. Obviously, that's the only one in the playoffs where the lower seeded team has the first home game. It's how it always used to be back in the day when there was a best-of-3 series in the British Basketball League, but teams this year have generally opted for the high seed team for the home game first and the home game last.
Yeah, that's traditionally the way it's done. You know, I think that's the way I would like it, 1-1-1 starting at home. But if the Lions were able to get the victory tonight, they'd have 2 chances at home to finish the job.
Puts a lot of pressure on you if you do lose that first game on the road, though.
Yep.
Here's Glasgow, and Rideau not quite in front there. That's going to be a blocking foul on him.
And that's what you got to be careful with Rideau, the fouls. And we've seen him before be in foul trouble. And, you know, I know if you're Cheshire Phoenix, you want him on the floor as most you can. There's Kipper.
Yeah, maybe a cough issue for Kipper Nichols. It certainly looks like that's what's getting the treatment. It's on the old roller. But another problem for Atiba Lions to deal with. Michael Rock gets his man in the air. You said it earlier, he's always faking.
Yeah, you have to be ready for that. You know, obviously watching a lot of video going into that Sheffield game. You see that when he gets into the paint, he does such a great job of getting him whoop, off balance and drawing the foul. And Idle Rock, when he went into the starting lineup, he gave him some stability there. You know, Coach Lyons really liked the way he plays, goes about his business. It's a solid, strong guard.
Well, that's the thing. You think back to the trophy. We were talking about Cheshire and how that was really the peak of their season, if you like. That was the light that sparked the fuse. And at that time, of course, Sheffield were making changes in their roster. That was when Green came in. They were trying to find lineups, and there was a lot of juggling about, but Atiba Lions got it right in the end, didn't he? Because at the end of the season, his team were going in the right direction.
Yeah, with 9 out of their last 14 they've won, and they've been spurred on by that great crowd and that great home arena.
And there's Chargois again knocking down a triple.
That's a tough set play there that they run where he pops out. They run it for White sometimes as well. And Chargois looks like a really confident shooter right now.
Well, that will be the concern for Sheffield. The pace and the accuracy of Cheshire's three-point shooting. They've made 7 of them in 15 minutes at 40+%. That is tough. And that is why Cheshire lead here, 36 points to 49. A timeout is called. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cheshire, where it is loud in here today. Both sets of fans getting behind their team. The most notable thing during that timeout, Kipper Nichols hobbling off with his shoe off to the locker room to get some further treatment. So that is not a very good sign as far as Sheffield are concerned. Green's 3 off the mark. Rideau with the rebound. Chargois kicks out. It's another good pass from Ethan Chargois. Glasgow off the mark for 3. Rebound again for Rideau. He's looking to attack himself. Throws it up, hoping for a whistle. Doesn't get one. Ball is all over the place. Cheshire come up with it, and Christian nearly turned it into a 3-point play.
Wow, raggedy play there. Rideau, like you said, tried to draw the foul on the drive, then went for the ball. But Christian in the right place at the right time to pick up that loose ball and be aggressive to the hoop.
Might be 2 free throws for Christian. Jordan Rattino checks back into the game.
Only 7 points in this second quarter so far for the Sharks, after putting up 22 in that first.
Cheshire,
dangerous time for them now.
Yeah, Cheshire have doubled them up so far, 14 for them. And that is why Tiba Lyons and Marko Bakovic are in conversation to try and bring to an end this little spell of momentum for the home team. First one's off the back of the ring.
Christian's 7 minutes so far. He's gotten up 6 shots already.
1 of 2 from the free throw line. Cheshire's lead out to 8. Sheffield need to find a way getting the scoreboard ticking again. Foul called off the ball. It's an offensive one. And it is Delpesh who was on the floor, called for the illegal screen.
That was a long possession from the Sharks. Really ran the clock down here, bringing Idle Rock off Delpesh's screen. And Delpesh judged to be moving, I guess.
I feel he might be a little unfortunate in that one, Marcus Delpesh. Pipkins returns. Here's White. Skips it across to Stevens. Back to White. Gets the 3 up, and it is good. Skylar White's first triple of the game.
Nice pass from Steven, but nice movement from Skylar White. He drifted to that corner to find some space, and it doesn't take him much to get that shot off. Quick release, knocks it down.
Well, he's missed all 4 of his 2-point attempts, but his first 3 is good.
Chargois not liking that call. Thought he got all ball on that drive. Cheshire always has their hands in there when you're driving. They do a real good job of disrupting.
Chargois will take his frustration to the bench as he's replaced by Aaron Wright. Ramsey makes the first.
If you're Sheffield, you want to really get this thing going here now. You don't want to have that double-digit deficit at the break. You know, these end of quarters and these big games, or any game, are really important. And I think, you know, you look back at our game 2, we're up 14 or so in that second quarter, and I thought Sheffield did a good job of getting back into it with a late push in that second quarter.
It certainly gave the momentum that they then took into the third. And as you say, ooh, Rideau going quick. Ramsey was turned to his coach, had his head the wrong way. Rideau trying to make him pay. Here's White up top. Back iron. Nixon with the rebound. Martino just bobbled the ball for a second.
I'm surprised Nixon didn't shoot that one. He had some space.
He goes down low to Delpesh, who's blocked by White.
Oh,
Let him know about it too. Trying to thread the needle, that's a tough pass.
especially when you wind up like that.
Ah, beautiful footwork.
Oh.
Nixon misses the layup though.
Martino keeping it alive again.
Nixon's going to fire up the three.
Oh!
Shot, what a make.
Back and forth and back and forth. He rocks you to sleep and then hits it right in your face.
Well, they certainly needed some spark, and that is definitely a way to provide it. Not easy. Rye is a big man to be shooting over. Well, that one was right in the bottom of the net.
And he uses that dribble to freeze you. That's what he does with that dribble. Back and forth, and boom, knocks down a three.
Let's have a look at the latest in Newcastle. London up 1, although Jordan Johnson has a chance to change that. Ricky McGill with 16 points already in that contest to lead the Newcastle Eagles. 13 off the bench for David Nwaba. There's confirmation of that. He's got 13 points in under 9 minutes. Not a bad sixth man to be bringing into the game, Rob.
Decent. Yeah, they're loaded when you look at that lineup tonight. No Luke Nelson we saw, but everybody else ready to go. Looks like a good one.
Oh, big crowd up there. The Geordies will be doing everything they can to roar their team to victory against the #1 seeds and the big favorites. It is a 1-point game there. It's a 6-point lead for the #2 seeds. Cheshire Phoenix taking on the Sheffield Sharks.
Coach Thomas looking to get to his first final at the O2. Tebow was last there in 2016.
I wasn't going to bring that one up,
Yeah,
Rob.
but we have to. It is what it is. That's what my mom says.
Sheffield beating Rob Paternoster and his Leicester Riders in the 2016 version of the playoff final. MVP performance from Mike Tuck. And I've forgotten the guard's name now, who played really well in that final as well. What was his name?
Brooks, Gerald Brooks.
Gerald Brooks.
He's a
that
good
was it.
player. I remember him.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Rideau.
Sheffield here can with a stop and a score right there.
Rye trying to prevent that. Gets his own rebound and lays it in for 2.
Well, they've done a pretty good job on Rye so far. But, you know, when he shoots that ball, you got to continue to box him out. He'll go get it. And we talked about Cheshire's ability to crash the glass.
6 offensive rebounds, 10 second chance points from those 6. Pipkins out to Ratinho. Shot clock getting low. Slip from Nixon, but he gets it to Ratinho. Doesn't get the bounce. And White with the rebound. Rye slowing it down. We've seen it all season.
And that's the move no one's been able to stop this year, especially in that semi-transition. He's like a locomotive coming up the floor with nimble feet. Watch him here. It's just so tough to deal with, especially with that size and that touch that he has.
Well, Ben Thomas less than impressed that they committed a foul on the inbound. And the reason that he's not very impressed is Sheffield have only got 34 points on the board. They've only got 12 in this quarter. You're giving them a chance from Ramsey to get 2 free looks at the line here.
Yeah, that'll drive a coach crazy to give away points like that. You know, just go up 10 and give it right back.
DeVoe Ramsey takes the present. Ooh, almost stolen away by Nixon. He thought he'd knocked it off Christian's leg.
I thought so too. I mean, if we could see it again, maybe tough, quick play. But Nixon certainly believed that.
Right. White with the screen up top. Wright spinning, little pump fake from him, Aaron Wright.
Well, they went with the switch. Routinho's been guarding, they went to Green, and he felt comfortable, you can see, manipulating Green with the dribble and the deuce.
Here's Green, rolling to the rim for two.
Nice finish from Green. Maybe a foul on White, might have hit him there. Sheffield picking it up offensively as we end the quarter.
Well, they should get one more go each here in the second quarter. Right, cross to Kristen, halfway down for the three, another offensive rebound. This time it's Holden on the glass.
Well, Holden's good at that, he can get in there. I thought that shot was down from Christian, but Holden didn't, and he chased the ball and picked up the deuce.
Unbelievable, 6 of 7 from the second chance points opportunities. Oh, and nearly a steal.
And that was an interesting play from Cheshire. They doubled Nixon. They've seen him at the end of quarters make plays, so they doubled to get it out of his hands, and he almost turned it over.
Well, Atiba Lions has 0.7 of a second to work with here. It's going to be a sideline ball from the opposite wing. But 0.7 is, you've got to try and create some open space for a player to get a shot away.
It's got to be quick. You know, I'm sure he has a lot of plays to run, maybe something towards the basket too can't happen. But yeah, this quarter's been a tough one for Coach Lyons. Obviously, Cheshire putting the big numbers on the board and slowed down the scoring, although he will be feeling a little bit better about how they finished the half.
Well, they were 22 points apiece coming into this period, so it's 26-16 in this quarter, unless Atiba Lions can find a way of getting one more score on the board for his team.
In these situations, you know, you really need someone that you trust to take the ball out. You know, you have to make the right read. And, you know, at this point of the season, you usually know who that guy is. You know, obviously got to draw up the play to get somebody free, but you need that passer that can put it right on time.
Well, let's see if what was on the board can be translated onto the court. It's Ramsey who is the inbounder.
Zone from Cheshire.
To Nixon, did he get it away in time? It doesn't matter, because that is the buzzer. I think he might have stepped on the line as well. But either way, it is a double-figure lead for Ben Thomas and his Cheshire Phoenix, turning up the heat in the second quarter to go into the locker rooms with a bit of a cushion. We will break down all of the first half action right after this break. Welcome back to the British Basketball League playoffs, where the number 2 seed Cheshire Phoenix lead by 10 at the half, Rob. Really, Sheffield need to find a way keeping that scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, against Cheshire especially, you know what they do. They put up numbers, and you got to match them.
Well, let's have a look at the statistics from the first half. And the one that's probably buried in there, the offensive rebound, second chance points for Cheshire.
Yeah, and that, that's what they've done all year. They're so dangerous at that. They can rebound from not only the front court, but the back court as well.
8 of their 24 rebounds at the offensive end. They've got 12 points from them. Let's have a look back at the action from the first half, and I think we'll see some of those second chance points as we go through. And it's the two things you've got to watch for, isn't it? Making threes, Cheshire, and then keeping them off the glass, and we've seen both in this first half.
Yeah, we have, and I think, especially that second quarter, they really got going. But Sheffield, I was impressed with the way they came out. They came out aggressive on offense. We liked what Christian gave them, right? Came off the bench, aggressive with that left-handed finish.
And I guess from a Sheffield point of view, they'll want their shooting percentages to go up a little bit higher. They're trailing Cheshire in both 2-point shots and 3-point shots.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see, if they slow their pace down a little bit. They've been going, matching them pace for pace up the floor. I think as the half ended, they did slow it down, and they were a little bit more effective that way. And this guy, Nixon, we've seen him shoot from deep and get to the cup.
And it feels like that's a way to attack today. It feels like Sheffield have got that. We saw it there and here on the drive and kick as well. Yeah. Down the middle.
Yeah, get to the middle. And when you look at Cheshire, they are forcing them away from the ball screen, so the drives are there for guards. And here you see Rideau, what he does best, just always lurking to come up with that steal. I thought he was really impressive with those steals in that first half.
And that, again, is another thing. In transition, semi-transition, you've got to know where the shooters are.
Yeah, you got guards that are in the paint and big guys that are out on the perimeter. That's very awkward to guard. Cheshire does that well. I thought Cheshire passed the ball really well in the first half. Here's a good look from Stevens and good movement from White to hit the three.
Well, they're always looking for a shooter in the corner, the Cheshire Phoenix. We're at the semi-final stage of the playoffs. Let's remind ourselves how these two teams got here with the decisive games in both quarterfinal series.
Here come the Phoenix. Tempo's going to be so crucial to this game. Skylar White from downtown, knocking down the three-pointer. Again, looking like themselves like they usually do, Kyla.
Skylar White finding his rhythm again after struggling a little bit at the end of the season.
Well, here we go, going in, finishing, getting the layup. And all of a sudden, the Flyers going on a bit of a run here. Green go for a post-up. Use the strength, goes in, finishes. Simply unstoppable by the Green Machine. A bit of a sluggish, slow start, to say the least, from both these two teams, but Chagwa just taking Brad Green to school inside the paint. Ollison goes in with a bit of a Euro step. That was beautiful. Again, the nightmare that you have against the Phoenix. So many perimeter options. There's another one, Chagwa. You might as well just invite them. Hey, take game 2. Here's an invitation, and you can have a free buffet too. Johnson pulls up a 3, can't get it. This is much better though for Bristol. Fighting for second chances. Tries again. That's a hot. That's what you need here for playoff basketball. Now we're under 10 the shot clock. Ollison turning it over. That time Smith was wide open. Here comes Chagwa. Goes in all the way again, looking like a baby Dr. J. Can the Flyers cut it down to single digits? Tough pass, finds Jacob. Huge 3 in the corner, it's up, and it's good. Now it's a 7-point ball game. Double team couple, Smith again overcommitting. Finds Maceo, 3 is up, and there you can see, there's the composure. Chagwa hesitates, Hail Mary from downtown, Ethan Chagwa. Now quick 3 from the Flyers, up, side of the backboard. Oh, here we go. Aaron Ryan now on the break, it goes up, throws it down with 2 hands. Could this be a team that goes to the 0-2? Could they possibly win it? But Ollison now firing a 3, it's up. Well, it's not over yet. Back to single digits. Bit of contact goes in, and momentarily, this guy responds. He's taking it over. Right now, in the lane, going up. Are you kidding me? Andreas Kapoulis has been ejected, and it's just frustration moments here now for the Flyers. Cheshire Phoenix, they get the brooms out. They're going to sweep this one as they will head on to the semifinals, and they will await to see who they'll play in the next round. Will it be the Leicester Riders, or of course, will it be the Sheffield Sharks?
Eitel Rock again going to the rim, little high on that one, but jammed in by Delpesh on the follow. Eitel Rock throws it away, kept in play by Allen, lob forward to Holmes, and he lays it in.
Fantastic transition.
Allen for three. Allen gets his first three-point shot of the game to go.
Yeah, that one looked good from this angle.
Nice cut and good jam from Delpesh.
You see what I mean about the pick
Yeah.
and roll.
Here is Nixon for three on the buzzer. Banks it in. Sunday afternoon in Sheffield, but the bank is open for Prentice Nixon. Allen stumbling through, knocked away from him. Sheffield looking to run again. And right down the middle goes R.J. Eitel Rock.
Yeah, slices his way down.
Holmes driving through. Basket is good. He'll go to the line for the bonus. Nichols knocks down a three and brings to an end that Leicester run. Lowell under pressure, a lot of Sharks around him. He needed to get rid of that there. He's turned it over. Numbers again. Wide open is Rotino, and this time he hits the bottom of the net, and Sheffield's lead. Sheffield looking to find another two. Here is Green. And he drops in for him.
Gets the home-friendly bounce.
Eitel Rock driving through, drops it off to Delpesh with the two-handed throwdown. Oh, it's knocked away from Thomas. Rotino did enough there. Here comes Sheffield in the open court, lobbed up, and Green jams it in. Great pass from Pipkins, and Sheffield are back up 16. Oh, he's a guy that doesn't want the season to end here. Oh, what a shot for three under the challenge from Nixon. Underneath is Bowman who lays it in.
Yeah, good poise.
Green hits a three. Leicester's season is over, but the Sheffield Sharks will progress. They've beaten the Leicester Riders. They came from one game down to win 2-1, and they have qualified for the semi-finals of the playoffs. So that's how the two teams made it to the semi-finals, but which one of them is going all the way to the O2? We'll have the second half of the first leg right after this. Welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League playoff semi-finals. Cheshire with a 10-point lead. Sheffield need to find some way of closing that gap, and if they are going to do that, they're going to have to find some way of slowing down Aaron Rye. He's the linchpin of that team.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to do. You know, everybody struggled with that this year, but he really picked it up at the end of the second quarter. And it's that ball handling with him, being able to take it off the rim on the rebound and bring it up the floor and make plays for his team.
And that's a key skill, really, for a player of his size and his ability to be able to take the ball from one end of the floor to the other without needing to go via a guard.
Yeah, backboard to backboard, we like to say. He does that so well. And I think what makes him more dangerous is if you send guys to him, 2 guys, 3 guys, he makes the right read, the right pass. So his playmaking ability is really what sets up that scoring, because if you leave him, he'll find somebody for an open 3 or an open layup.
And it's definitely been times this season where you see him playing essentially point forward, and well, if he doesn't get you, then Quincy Rideau might well do it instead as well. Those two have definitely been the key playmakers for Cheshire all season. What can Sheffield do here? Down 10, what would you be looking to change up in this second half if you were a Tiba Lions?
Well, you got to keep them out of transition the best you can, maybe slowing the pace down a little bit. Keep them off the glass. You know, we talked about how dangerous they are getting on the glass, but, you know, you got to tell your team, hey, we were in this position before where we had a deficit at halftime in the playoffs on the road, so they'll feel pretty confident that they can turn it around.
Well, the update on Kipper Nichols is that his shoe is back on. We don't know whether he's going to play, and he was warming up somewhat gingerly at halftime, but he is back on the bench, and he is with his boot back on, so maybe he will play some part in the second half. We'll have to see. It's round to Jack in the corner for 3 off the mark.
Good ball move. They went for that pass underneath the basket, then passed it around a few times to get a great look. Surprise, Jack didn't knock that down.
Well, that is very much his shot, isn't it? That corner 3 ball. Michael Rock into Green. Here comes Rideau with a big slap down at the ball, but caught him across the arm, and that is going to be his second personal foul.
Yeah, Rideau, he leaves his man a lot to come, you know, try to get those steals. And with Green there, he was in a dangerous position, but that's 2 on Rideau. So we talked about that earlier. I said, be careful with the fouls. You don't want him off the floor in foul trouble.
Green loses the ball behind his back. Shagwa comes away with it. Jack on to Rye. Shagwa, he's got the size over Ramsey. Ramsey, well, that's an unorthodox shot at the end of it.
Whoa, that was strange.
They got slightly discombobulated there, Cheshire. Here's Ratinho off the mark for 3.
That's a good look there from Ratinho. Scoreless so far.
Here's Jack. Hit some big ones against you in the quarterfinals, Jordan Ratinho, but hasn't found his touch yet here in the semis.
0 for 4 from 3.
Still, we await the first score of the second half. Nearly 2 minutes of it gone. Green needs to get it away. And shot clock violation call before he got it up.
I thought Chargois so far here in this third quarter has played good defense on a couple of those possessions. That time moving his feet, not allowing Green to go anywhere. And it's interesting in this game with Green and with Chargois and even White to a certain extent. These guys put the ball down a little bit, you know, as big men.
Jack around the screen. Cross court to Rye. Rye under pressure. He doesn't have any problems with scoring, though.
I thought it was a great pass from Rideau. That cross-court pass, he threw it before he, quickly, before the defense had time, gave Rye that chance to get to the rim.
Biggest lead of the game so far at 12. Oh, and it's through the hands of Delpesh, and he can't keep it in play. Worrying moments here for the Sheffield Sharks.
Well, Delpesh wants that ball up in the air, I could see him saying, but he's got to come up with that. I thought it was a decent look from Idle Rock, and Coach Lyons wastes no time here. He gets Nixon right into the game for Ramsey.
He's gone early to his rotation in the third quarter. He knows these are important minutes here. Can't let Cheshire get any further away. Sharkwell with the shot clock ticking down, finds Jack. That doesn't go. And a good box out from Idle Rock allows Green get the rebound.
Yeah, Rideau coming. You got to box him out because he's coming for that rebound.
Delpesh under pressure. Can't convert. Right. Oh, that is tough.
He's like, where's the foul? But what a fadeaway off the glass. We've seen him, you know, make shots from every angle this year.
Nixon from the foul line. They needed that, Sheffield. First points of the second half for them.
And don't underestimate the fact that they're missing Bennett Cook, who is, you know, a reliable low post scorer that when they need buckets, they can go to him. But Nixon is the guy here now to get him back in the game.
Right. Bertino on his back, trying to move him out of the way. So coming back to the spin. That one rims out. Stumbling through, stumbling because he was tripped, and the foul is called.
I think it was Jack there coming from behind.
His third personal foul.
Whew, maybe a little bit unlucky there for Maceo to pick up number 3. And you can see the hands right to the head. Oh no, I'm gonna have to come out of the game. He doesn't want to come out of the game. But with 3, Coach Thomas makes the sub.
Well, also making changes is Atiba Lyons, and you can see Kipper Nichols into the game. Still looks like he's stretching that calf. Nixon off the mark. Rebound falls easily to Stevens. Pulls up at the free throw line.
Cheshire's had some opportunities here in this half to score. You know, some good, clean looks that they haven't knocked down.
Well, it's only 4-2 in this quarter. And Delpesh is fouled. Skylar White puts his hands up for it. But it's Aaron Rye who's been called for it. It's only his first.
Good use of the up fake, and I mean, he is on the ball there. And you can see why he's debating that one.
Well, Delpesh, not the best free throw shooter in the league.
No, and you know, you're probably going to see them foul if he's around the rim like that. I mean, he was a 47% free throw shooter in league play.
1 of 2. Lives up to those averages. Well, not quite the fireworks of the first half here in the second yet, but that will do nicely for Cheshire as long as they have this double-figure lead. It is Sheffield who need to make the running here in the second half. Nixon tipped in by Delpesh.
Well, Nixon brought White over, and Delpesh took advantage of that with the offensive rebound and score. And a little light for the Sharks.
A little ambitious pass there. It was almost a turnover. Tipped out. It's 52-43 here in Cheshire. And we've got a timeout. We'll take a break as well. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ellesmere Port, where Ben Thomas and his Cheshire Phoenix have the lead here in game 1 of the semi-finals. 52-43 ahead against Sheffield. In the other game, they're at the half. Newcastle 49 points in the first half, but still they trail by 7. London have 56. Ricky McGill 18 points at the half. So the top seeds at the minute on top. Rotino for 3. Tipped away from Delpesh. Can he keep it alive? Yes, he can.
Another good look for Rotino. Good extra pass from Pipkins.
Rotino has room along the baseline and lays it in.
Well, if it's not going down from 3, get it to the hoop, Rotino, and he does that time. Good recognition from him. Down to 7.
First points of the game for Jordan Rotino. Rideau right down the middle off the glass. And a wry look at the official as well.
Well, he missed the one before there, which we probably thought he should have made. So right back at it to finish for 2.
Nixon back to Kipper Nichols, who just about laid that one in.
Didn't look as explosive as normal with that leg issue, but good play from Nixon to get all the way to the baseline and make the right pass.
Rye out to Rideau for 3. Way overcooks it. Nichols back to Nixon. Sheffield trailing by 7 with 3 to play here in the third. Nixon looking for 3 and finding it.
Well, we said that's the guy, and Coach Lyons got him in early in this third quarter. And again, little dribble, pull up in your face.
12 points now for Prentice Nixon. 3 points eaten away from this Cheshire lead. It's down to 4. White trying to get those 3 back, and yes, he does.
Well, that was a good play from Rye. He got the ball underneath the basket. He said, 3 will be better than 2. Right out to White for 3.
Pipkins soft off the glass.
Nice little crossover from Pipkins. Sheffield looking more and more comfortable on the offensive end.
Rideau has Delpesh in front of him, looking to go past him. Off the mark. Pipkins in the open court. And fouled by White. He will shoot 2.
And that's where Pipkins is so dangerous in that open floor with his speed. But good defense from Delpesh on the other end. Had to switch with Rideau. Forced him into a tough shot. And here's Pipkins. He comes so fast at you. Attacking the rim. Another guy that played pretty well in that game on Sunday. Shooting the ball much better as the season's gone on from the 3-point line. We know he can do what he can do out in the open floor.
Looking to get 2 more on the board from the free throw line. The Sheffield fans doing their best.
Well, they were fantastic, both at home and on the road in the last playoff series. Both sets of fans were fantastic. Great atmosphere.
Stevens off the mark. Yeah, the fans have turned it up a notch for the playoffs as well. Nichols under pressure, back iron. Holden with the rebound. Cheshire looking to run. Here's Rye. Chase back and knocked out of bounds by Nixon. That will be a Cheshire ball.
Nice play from Nixon. It was a good pass, I thought, to get Ray out in the open floor. Nice bounce pass. But look at Nixon. Never quit on the play. Full sprint. Saves the deuce.
Christian driving hard to the hole. Blocking foul is the call against Kipper Nichols.
Looked like a karate kick.
Yeah, the leg was high.
the Sheffield bench is talking about. See Christian, who's been aggressive all night. Maybe the knee to the face. Boom!
Wow.
Wow! Knee to the throat. Good evening, Mr. Nichols.
Indeed. Then he gets up off the floor and realizes the foul has gone against him.
Yeah. That's Christian. How he plays hard. He attacks directly to the basket. Not a lot of side to side from him. Usually that three-point shot went straight to the hoop.
Well, looking to get himself into double figures here from the free throw line. That's point number 9. Misses the second. Who did that touch last? It was batted away by a Sheffield hand, so it'll be a Cheshire ball.
Good job from Ray there, right? Getting all over the glass and making it difficult to rebound.
Oh, miscommunication.
Whoa.
Delpesh says thank you very much. Delpesh running the floor for the jam.
Oh! Ball handling supreme from Delpesh. Takes it to the cup, and the Sharks cut it to 3.
All right. Trying to back down Nichols. Out to Stevens, shot clock getting low. Stevens under pressure, and he is fouled.
Oh, tough play there for the Sharks. You know, you look at the Phoenix out on the floor when Rye had the ball there. No White on the court, right? So the spacing was a little bit off. And here's Delpesh. Let me handle it a little bit, and I'm going to fly away. Wow.
Well, he doesn't lead too many breaks, Delpesh, but he showed he can do it there.
I think he's been solid here in the third quarter, playing hard. You see the fans giving him a big ovation as he comes off. A little bit tired when you go 94 feet like that. Great play from him.
So Stevens at the line, trying to just push this lead out a bit. Remember, it got as big as 14. Sheffield was struggling to score in the early parts of this quarter, but they've certainly got their rhythm now.
It's only their 7th free throw attempt of the game so far. On the other hand, Sheffield's been to the line 12 times, as you see there.
Nixon out to Nichols. Retino backs out to the corner 3. Oh, halfway down. There's been a couple of those tonight.
Good pass from Nichols, and Retino just can't get it to go.
Right. Oh my goodness! What a finish from Aaron Rye.
Boy, you find something new each week with this guy. And I think he was gonna pass it until he heard the whistle. And he hears the whistle and he says, okay, I'll put it up.
Well, that is just knowing where the basket is right there, because he wasn't looking at it. And he turns it into 3 points.
And that hurts if you're the Sharks there. You're clawing back into it. You have that open 3 in the corner. The Rye makes him pay again.
Well, big play here.
We've seen Nixon now. You know, he likes to just dribble and get that pull-up off. See how close they get to him.
Well, he spins into the key, and he gets the bounce. Still a few ticks left here for Cheshire. Here's Rye. Rye had to rearrange that, and that will do it. Referee says hands on ball. That will do it for a third quarter that ebbed and flowed. It is still a Cheshire lead going into the fourth quarter. Which way is this one going? Find out after this break. Well, at 52-38, 3 minutes into the third quarter, it wasn't looking great for Atiba Lions and his Sharks, but since then, 19-10, turned up the defense, Rob.
Well, we talked about what to do in the second half. How about play better defense? They've only allowed 14 in that quarter after giving up 26 and 22 in the first two.
And Pipkins with the first score of the fourth quarter makes it a 3-point game.
This is a team that looks like they believe in themselves right now. Not worried about the deficit. They knew they could get back in it, and they are back in it.
Rideau in the key.
We've seen Rideau many times when they need a bucket, get a bucket somehow, some way. I think he felt like he needed to score on that possession and took it right to the lane.
Well, in the other semi-final, London have scored 12 of the first 14 points in the third period, inside 3 minutes as well. And they've blown that one open. It is a 17-point London lead. Nichols is going to get called for a foul in the low post.
The play before, Dan, Ratinho again attacked the basket. We talked about his struggles from the three-point line, but another good drive for him to cut it to three.
Well, he's 0 of 4 for 3, but he's 2 of 3 from inside the arc. Rideau. Stevens under pressure. Oh, tough finish.
Yeah, hung in the air just enough to get it over the rim. Usually a jump shooter there.
But a quick reply from Nixon.
Well, Nixon has been special here in this game again. Special in the playoffs. 16 for him now.
Nixon hits the deck. Sharks fans screaming for a foul. They don't get one, but Nixon gets the ball. Green. Stumbling block by Kristen. Rideau seems to have been winded slightly. So the men down. Here's Stevens. Rye with the offensive rebound and throws it in.
Well, I was surprised Rye kicked that ball back out. We're usually in a one-on-one situation. He's going right to the basket, but on the miss, he got it.
Oh, how does that not go in for Pipkins?
Rye's stamina is impressive as well. Played the whole third quarter. Still out there running up and down the floor, looking fresh.
Here he is down the middle with the drop off to Shogwar, who lays it in.
And that's what makes him so dangerous, Dan, the ability to find that open man.
Well, Skylar White is the main cheerleader on this team, whether he's scoring himself or just firing his teammates up. And he is playing that role as Sheffield call a timeout here. 70-63 the score, 7:41 to go in this contest.
Good timeout here from Coach Lyons. You know, he doesn't want to get it away from him here. You know, down 7, and you know, it's time here to regroup. You know, come up with a play that they like to run, and don't let this Cheshire team get going. We've seen how they can really explode at times.
Well, best of 3 in the playoffs, of course. Game 2s are coming up on Sunday. London Lions look like they might be taking a 1-0 lead down to the Copper Box Sunday, 1:35 p.m. on Sky Sports for that one. It's 4:35 for Sheffield against Cheshire Phoenix on Sunday. That one's on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, and then you can keep on top of everything going on in the playoffs. Derek and Stan with you Monday night as they are all the way through these playoffs, 7 p.m. on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch to go through all the best of the action, the memes, the controversy. They went back and forward as to whether that was a foul I saw the other day in your game.
Oh, they did?
Derek
Which one?
Stan.
Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, I can't remember. Can't remember which foul it was. They were.
What about the call before?
Yeah, they didn't.
Let's move on. Here we go.
Let's move on. You didn't notice the little drop of the ball in the first half by Delpesh, did you?
No, I didn't.
I saw that. Didn't want to bring it up. Here's Idle Rock inside for 2.
And a good play out of a timeout. And guess what Idle Rock did? He threw the pump fake to finish around the basket. Nice move.
Christian for three, and that goes.
Boy, aggressive, Christian. If you're off me, you know what? I'm going to shoot it.
12 points now for him. He hadn't made a three before that one. He was 0 for 5. Rye just trying to ease Rotino out of court, gets called for his second personal foul.
Here you see when Christian back off a little green, you know what? Right in your face.
He needed a friendly bobble, but he has, as you say, been very aggressive in the game today. Cheshire back up by 8 with 7 to play. Sheffield with the ball. Ramsey needs to get it in, overcooks it, and Rideau is going to lay it in himself. I thought he was going to throw it off the backboard.
Yeah, who knows? He could have done anything there.
Well, you just got to make sure you get the 2 on the board. They are up 10 now, Cheshire. Defense to cry from the home fans. And there is that
There it is.
pump fake again from Michael Rock.
And you see Coach Thomas, stay down, stay down. But it's easier said than done. Every time, I'm reading the lips. And that's what Idle Rock does. But, you know, that's why if you're a young basketball player out there, work on that head fake, because that is difficult to deal with. And Idle Rock has one of the better ones in the league.
Makes the front end of 2 free throws. $75-67 the score here at the Cheshire Oaks Arena, Ellesmere Port Sports Village. Rideau. Nice pass, and there's Chargois underneath.
Yeah, pretty pass. And when you play off of Rideau, you know, he doesn't shoot it that much, but it allows him to get deeper and deeper into the paint. And another assist there, 16 as you see.
Only 5 at the other end. Ramsey misses. Right. Rideau somehow caught that and finished.
Wow! Looked like a wide receiver in traffic making the play. Good finish as well.
Back up 12. They've done this so often this season. You think coming into a quarter, game looks right in the balance, and the first 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, they seem to have another gear to go to, another level to go to.
Yeah, especially Rideau. And I think that was another good pass from Aaron Rye as well. And Rideau is so good at finishing around the basket. You know, only about 6'1" or so. But when he gets in there, he's as good as any guard in finishing at the rim.
Blocked by Rye. Numbers here. Rye lobs it up to Chargois, tips it back down to him.
Well, I didn't think Ray made the right play there. He could have went the other side, but Chargois certainly did with the tap pass. A good defense by Ray to get the break going.
Delpesh from close range.
Nice pass there from Nixon as well. Sheffield needs stops now. They really need to string together a few stops in a row.
Right, trying to bully his way to the basket, and it's going to go against him.
Yeah, we've seen him do that a lot this year where it hasn't been called. It's number 3 on him, Dan.
Well, I think Atiba Lyons was ready for a timeout and just waved it off.
And I think as the year has gone on, maybe we've seen more of that called on Aaron Rye. He definitely does use that body for the separation at times. Good call from the referees.
Just through the hands of Kipper Nichols and out of bounds. A turnover Sheffield could ill afford. They trail by 12. Is there a way back? Find out after this break. Welcome back to Cheshire, where the Phoenix lead by 12. Just under 5 minutes to play in this game one. The Knicks trying to protect home court and take a lead to Sheffield on Sunday. Kristen down to Rye. Back out to Kristen, short on the three. Doesn't go. Foul called. Is it on? It is Aaron Wright.
Wow.
That's going to be his fourth.
Big call there.
Well, what does Ben Thomas do here? Does he take him out?
Yeah, with the 12-point lead, you take him out and save him. You know, you want him in that game at the end. And, you know, got to be careful if you're Aaron there. So valuable to your team. You get a foul away from the basket for number 4. Maybe this gives a little life to Sheffield.
Well, Nixon, who did earlier in the quarter go to the locker room for some reason, seems okay since his return, and he knocks down another 2. He's up to 18.
Wow, what a game he's having again. You know, whenever they need a bucket, he's coming up with that pull-up jumper.
Well, he is actually plus in the plus-minus, so they've been better when he's been on the floor, notably so. The starters, apart from Delpesh, are all in minus numbers. Malik Green, minus 27.
You look at Nixon so far, he's 23 minutes in the game.
That was Delpesh's fourth foul. That's why he sat down. Christian under pressure. Oh, it's a goaltend, is it? I think a goaltend's been called at the... Is it? Oh, the referee's gone to the sideline. Let's have another look at the... Did somebody pull the net? No, that isn't. It must... Well, I'm not sure. The referee signaled as if to say there was some sort of interference.
Wow.
But not quite sure on that one.
Was no foul called there? Was it a foul?
We'll get that confirmed.
It's a big stop for Sheffield.
It is. Nichols off the mark for 3.
Now, if you're Cheshire, that clock is your friend right now. And Rideau can be smart here. It take time, but he got rid of it.
Yeah. Martino. Foul is on the floor.
Ooh, be careful. That was almost unsportsmanlike the way he wrapped them up. And that's exactly what you didn't want with Cheshire there, is that quick turnover.
First one is good for Pipkins. You can see just grabbed him.
Be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful on those ones. Just over the limit anyway, so it's 2 free throws.
Well, Sheffield hanging around here. 6-0 run. Cheshire need a bucket. No Rye on the floor.
Well, Rideau had an easy look there, and it's tipped in by Shagwell.
What a tap from Shagwell. Flex on him as well. He saw that flex after, but a great tapping off the glass.
Nixon. Look at that. 8 for 11 second chance opportunities. Incredible. Oh, Wedgie on the layup. And that will go back to Cheshire on the possession arrow.
Unfortunate for Sheffield. Decent move there. Just couldn't finish Idle Rock.
2:46 to go. Timeout is called. Cheshire up 10. What point, Rob, would you be thinking maybe we'll bring Aaron Rye back into the game if you're Cheshire?
Well, I think maybe here in the under 2 probably bring him back. You know, with one more possession here without him, and then bring him back. But you know, you want him in case it gets really tight to make the plays. Ben's probably hoping he doesn't even have to go to him here with a bucket. You know, they get a bucket here, maybe 3 here. It might be too much for Sheffield to handle. But, you know, when you look at this Phoenix team, what a squad they've been all year. Obviously, with the high finish, they won the trophy, the high finish in the league. And, you know, you can't just key on one particular player. Aaron Rye, obviously team of the year in the British Basketball League. So many guys have come up big for them throughout the season. And when you look at this team, they are deep, and they're deep in the sense of, you know, you've got guys that can really hit the shot from the outside. They got guys that can attack the rim. Real versatile group that is, you know, performed in the big moments. And again, they win this game. They'll be undefeated in playoffs and undefeated in the trophy, which is pretty impressive.
Well, you can see they spread the scoring as well, and that, as you say, is it's not just the number of bodies they have, but it's the quality that they can bring, and in different times, different guys can do it. I mean, I was looking back at the trophy stats, and actually, Rideau, who was MVP of the trophy final, he was actually, if you look at the trophy campaign as a whole, he was the 5th leading scorer on Cheshire. not in the competition, on Cheshire in the trophy. But it turned in an MVP display in the final.
And that's what, you know, you like about Rideau as well. Like, he can impact the game in so many other ways outside of scoring. But when they need that bucket and they need that play, he's ready to step up and make it.
Oh, he's got 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 16 points today.
And, you know, you got to love the Sharks fans.
Yeah, they're still
down
going.
10,
yeah,
and they're still going. Fantastic. And they've liked this into the post to Chargois today. They've gone to it a lot.
He kicks it out. It's round to White. White taking it hard to the rim, not quite. Chargois with the offensive rebound, and he'll get a chance to shoot too.
Well, we were surprised when he came out and started today. You know, that was a late change because, you know, he's been so good for them this season. An underrated player. Watch White here hanging in the air, but Chargois right on the glass with strength and with the athleticism to draw the foul.
Well, he is plus 17 in this game, which is the best plus minus of anybody in the game, which means they're 17 points better off when he's been on the court. And obviously they're winning by 10, so that tells you they've really been good. Well, he's missed both there from the free throw line. The door is still ajar here. Sheffield still with a chance. They're going to need a huge last couple of minutes. Nixon, front iron for the 3. Great work from Eitel Rock on the rebound, and the foul is called.
That's a big play there from Eitel Rock. It'll be interesting to see if he goes to Aaron Ray now here. They're struggling a little bit on that offensive end. But Eitel Rock's been impressive today. You know, been solid, getting in the paint, making plays.
Drawing fouls as well. That is the 7th time he has been fouled in this game. But with 2:11 to go, these are must makes from the free throw line. He does get them both. 8 points, they need a stop.
14 points for Eitel Rock on the day.
He hasn't missed a shot from any distance either. Rideau trying to land a dagger. Nearly an offensive rebound from Chargois, but Sheffield can run. Here's Nixon going all the way through the bump, and Nixon will go to the line. And a chance to cut it to 7. Just a bit of chatter going on here. Just trying to keep your eyes on everything.
Wow, that was he looked like he did initiate the contact into him there. Rideau trying to get out of the way, so Cheshire surprised at that call, but credit Nixon for getting downhill to draw the foul.
Well, now is the moment for Aaron Rye to return. 103 seconds to play. Could be a 6-point game before they get the ball back. Both are good. The gap, which has been as many as 14, is now only 6.
Pick and roll with Rideau and White. They've gone to that a lot in big moments this season.
Well, they get the switch. So Rideau has Delpesh in front of him. Looks to attack him, gets into the key. LaQuincy Rideau!
And he says, too small.
Idle Rock pushing hard. Ooh, didn't quite go, but he will shoot 2. They had to go quick, Sheffield, and they did. Idle Rock again to the line.
Now, if you're in Cheshire, you got to get back on defense and wall up there. That was too easy for him to get to the basket.
Well, he's 3 of 3 from the floor, Idle Rock, and he's 6 of 6 from the line. Christian, his game is done. That's his 5th personal foul.
Christian with 12 points, 1 of 8 from the 3-point line today, 4 for 13 overall. Really cooled off as the game went on.
He certainly brought some life in the early stages, didn't he? Well, these have to go in again from Idle Rock.
Sharks now 19 for 21. I have them at the free throw line. It's really kept them in the game, getting to the line.
And he is a perfect 8 for 8, RJ Idle Rock. But they need a stop. LaQuincy Rideau hits the deck trying to draw a foul. He somehow kept the ball alive, and he's found Stevens underneath, who nearly scores through the contact. What a play from LaQuincy Rideau.
Well, we've seen Rideau do this a lot, where he races the ball up the floor and stops to get the defender to foul him. The refs didn't buy that one that time. Rideau was surprised, I believe. He thought that was going to be a foul. It was earlier in the game, no call, but he does a good job of finding it and somehow getting it to Stevens. That's a great pass, you know, being on the floor like that.
Well, there's one thing at times Cheshire have struggled with. Not all the time, but sometimes they've had some late game free throw issues. There was a game you played them here early in the season where you almost stole it from them because they missed a ton of free throws in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, they look a little tight there going to the line as well. They know that. And this is the one here he needs here to take it from 6 to 7.
And if you Sheffield box out, you need to get the rebound if it doesn't go in.
Watch Rye here. He's tough on these.
Well, Stevens makes the second, so it is 7, which means Sheffield need 3 scores without reply.
Contain if you're Cheshire here. You really want to contain. Nothing quick.
Delpesh, extra pass to Idle Rock, who lays it in. 5-point game.
What a play from Delpesh there. Not known for his passing. Great pass.
Well, Rideau, this is probably the last time they play defense here. They need to get a stop. After this, it might be foul mode for Sheffield, particularly if Cheshire score. This is the play. Here's Rideau. Rideau under pressure, can't convert. Ball is loose. Sheffield have it. Still a chance for the Sharks. Oh, knocked away from Pipkins. It's okay. They can keep playing, but they got to go quick. Pipkins for 3. Misses everything, and it's not quite saved. And is that the game now for the Cheshire Phoenix?
Interesting choice of shot there from Pipkins. Maybe could have attacked the basket a little bit, but went for the 3. And good job by the Phoenix to get the possession.
Well, it's one of those, you got 20-something seconds to go. You're thinking down 5, 3 would be great. 2 would be pretty good. None. Well, that's the worst of all outcomes. And Ben Thomas has the opportunity here to advance the ball. Obviously, if he does advance the ball, the shot clock stays on, and you're assuming Sheffield will come in with a quick foul. If you don't advance the ball, you can run the baseline, makes that pass a little bit easier. But if you turn it over, you're under your own basket.
Yeah, in these situations, you like to get it up the floor, I think, here with 5. You know, the worst thing that could happen is some quick turnover under your own basket. If you get the ball inbound, I think they're going to probably have to foul anyways, because, you know, there's only a 6-second differential. So I think you get it up the floor, get it as far away from your basket as possible, because, you know, we've seen that in some of the games before where, you know, you take it out, that quick layup underneath can give the team an opportunity. So it'll be interesting to see what he does.
It looks like from the board, he's drawing it up all in the front court, so he would advance the ball. And as you said in the first half, in Sheffield's possession at the end of that first half, you need a really good passer on this, because you need to get the ball in, and what you don't want to do is turn it over and let them run back a layup.
And I think, you know, if you're the passer in this, you know, situation, you want to throw it towards your basket.
Yeah.
You got to be careful throwing it out towards half court, because that's where it could be disastrous. And interesting that Rideau is the one to take the ball out of bounds. Look for Rye maybe to come get this.
Here he comes, and White too. It's into Skylar White. And, well, Skylar White is quickly fouled, and Skylar is the best free throw shooter on the team statistically this year. 37 of 41. He only missed 4 free throws all season in the league. And if this one goes in, surely it ices it. 18.5 3-possession game if it goes in.
Yeah, big one here. Good job by White on that out of bounds play to come back and get the ball. They were in a little trouble there.
And Skylar White makes them both. And a tap of the arm. Say, ice in my veins. I don't feel any pressure here. And the team alliance is going to call a timeout, as much to advance the ball as anything else. But they're going to need an awful lot of breaks in this last 18.5 if they're going to find some way of salvaging this game, Sheffield.
Well, you know, you got to attack the basket, and whether you get the 3 or not, you might be able to attack and kick it back out. But what's been successful for Sheffield here, especially in the fourth quarter, is attacking quickly to the basket. And if you're Cheshire now, just be smart. You don't want to give up any 3-point plays around the rim. If somebody's got a layup, you don't want to commit a silly foul. No unsportsmanlike fouls. I mean, that's got to be a message that comes out. Don't grab anybody. Because even if they score, it's still going to be a couple possessions, and they could probably advance the ball and get it out from under their own basket. So,
well, it looks like the number 2 seed is going to take a 1-0 lead going on the road to Sheffield on Sunday. It looks for all the world like the number 1 seed is going to take a 1-0 lead. They are 92-65 London lead over Newcastle in Newcastle.
And that turned around fast,
that
game.
Well, Newcastle with just 16 points in 14 minutes in the second half, having scored 49. That was the killer. Well, Sheffield must score. They must score quick.
Watch the lob here.
Well, it's in. Idle Rock. It's a charge, and that'll do it. Skylar White getting in the defensive position to seal the win for his team.
Yeah, he jumped out that. They run that handoff play, and White looked like he beat him to the spot. We'll take a look at it again. Yeah, he was there, I think.
Yeah, I think.
Play from him. Read that nicely.
Lobbed into Rye. Rye waits for the foul. Rotino obliges. And it will be 2 more for Aaron Rye. A chance for him to become the leading scorer in the game if he makes both of these. It's not far off a triple-double, to be honest with you.
Ho-hum, what's
yeah,
new?
Yeah. It's point number 20. He's got 9 rebounds and 6 assists.
Only attempted 1 3 today, which he missed. Also 2 blocks today, Dan.
Filling the stat sheet. He goes 1 for 2. It doesn't really matter. Well, what's Holden doing there? Committing a foul. Ben Thomas didn't like that.
Oh, man. Get out of the way.
Yeah, up 8. You don't want the clock stopping. Doesn't matter what else happens. You don't want the clock stopping.
I just got nervous there watching that, you know. And Idle Rock again to the foul line. This perfect night continues.
Well, 18 points for him. And Sheffield will not commit any more fouls, right? Well, he'll turn it over, will he? No, they will have it, and that will do it. And the Cheshire Phoenix win game 1 in this playoff semi-final. And they will take a 1-0 lead to Sheffield on Sunday. And really, his team got on top. They did just enough. Sheffield kept coming at them, but Cheshire did enough just to keep them at arm's length.
Yeah, it was that second quarter for me, you know, went up with 26-16 win of that second quarter, put them in good position. Sheffield fought back, kept going, but Cheshire too strong. Aaron Rye too strong. And now it moves on to Sheffield.
Your player of the game, Rob?
Well, it's Aaron Rye. He's a fantastic player today. His ability to rebound, he had 9 of them, score 20, but the 6 assists is impressive for me. You know, we know he has all those moves around the basket where he can score, but it's playmaking from that position that makes him so tough. Another fantastic game from number 21.
Well, that is the thing. He does so much, really, for a player of his position, of his size, that is uncharacteristic for somebody of that size and that position to do.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, the thing about that, too, is with Charcois and White out on the floor, the spacing that they give him the ability to get to the basket and make those plays is very valuable.
Well, he was the player of the game, but if it was a 1 and 1A, LaQuincy Rideau was pretty good today, wasn't he?
He certainly was. Another stat sheet stuffer, LaQuincy Rideau. He started out with the 3 ball. He made 2 of those today. But he does so much out on the floor. Here's that sequence where he just kept swiping to get the ball. He's relentless on that side of the floor. 3 steals for him today. But again, he gets in there for rebounds. And when the ball's on offer, LaQuincy goes and gets it.
Well, he is always involved, always right at the heart of things for the Cheshire Phoenix. And Sheffield, well, if they're going to come back in the second leg, Prentice Nixon, 20 points tonight. They're going to need another big game from him.
Yeah, 8 for 14 today, 2 threes. I thought he was really going to be interesting to see if maybe he goes into the starting lineup. Who knows, you know? You got this closeout game coming up. But he is the guy that is really making them tick in the playoffs. We talked about that before the game, and he didn't disappoint today.
Well, he certainly, as you say, I mean, it's almost you don't want to mess with what has been working really well for him, but you might need to just find a few more minutes. He played nearly 28 minutes. Can they get him up to 32? Only really by putting him into the starters.
Well, one thing we know is that Sheffield crowd will be ready in the next game, because going up there twice in the playoffs so far, you know, that's a real passionate fan base that creates an incredible atmosphere up there.
Well, they will be behind their team on Sunday. They're still behind their team here, even in defeat. Let's have a look at the numbers from this ball game. And we've added in a couple that we feel really important here. The offensive rebounding, 16 second chance points. Anytime you get around a point in offensive rebound, you're doing good things.
That'll be the talking point, I'm sure, from Coach Lyons going into the next game. But also, you look at Sheffield. They did a really good job getting to the free throw line. 22 for 24. Sheffield's going to have to make more threes than they did today. Only 5 for 20 from three-point range.
And Cheshire with 10 of 33, 30%, you would say that's not terrible if you're Sheffield. You maybe want 1 or 2 less, but it's not too far off.
Not too far off, but boy, you're going to be scared if they go 10 for 33 one game. What's coming next?
Yeah.
Last time they were up there, they shot the ball pretty well from three-point range.
So the Cheshire Phoenix on the board with this 89-83 victory. Let's have a look at the schedule for the remainder of the playoffs. It's almost finished in Newcastle. It looks for all the world like London are going to be comfortable winners in game one. So number 1 seed and number 2 seed on the board in game one. Game two, both take place on Sunday. It's a 1:35 tip-off on Sky Sports for London Lions against the Newcastle Eagles. Game two between these two teams is at 4:35 on Sunday. Sheffield and Cheshire, and game threes, if they're needed, are all on Tuesday night. But Sheffield, with that home crowd behind them, will feel they're still very much in this.
They will feel that, and it was great to see their fans still going crazy in the arena, cheering them on. So that should be a special day in Sheffield on Sunday.
Well, make sure you join us for that. But for now, it's 1-0 to Cheshire. We'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.